give him a mosque, and he will tell you the truth. Nachi free. Justice is not entirely blind. It's really just a luxury that many of us, especially in the United States, get to experience. Because justice is simply not a natural phenomenon. It's a man-made concept that we must work hard to uphold and even understand. And that's the irony of OJ Simpson being acquitted of murder charges on October 3rd, 1995. That verdict was regarded as payback for all the injustices suffered by Black Americans in this country, which is, in my humble opinion, a disgusting truth about human nature. I find it disgusting that millions of Black Americans had to endure inexcusable racism, let alone slavery in this country. But it's just as disgusting that anyone would conclude that one man should get away with double homicide as some form of social justice fueled by a herd mentality that is as blind as justice is expected to be. That's why I'm not entirely surprised about OJ Simpson being set free after his parole hearing for the armed robbery of his own sports memorabilia from a man he personally knew in a room at the Palace Station Hotel in Las Vegas 12 years after being acquitted of murder. And considering the unfortunate nature of celebrity culture and the power it has over us, it's also no surprise the parole board even joked with OJ about his age. Interesting how our tribal instincts can override our survival instincts and blind some people to the lethal threat posed by a murderer. I'm not going to get into the mountain of evidence stacked against OJ regarding the murder of his ex-wife Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman, or how he even had the gall to get paid $600,000 to have his name published on a book titled If I Did It. Considering all the undeniable evidence tying OJ Simpson to these murders, there are tragically flawed procedures about how our judicial system operates. It's clearly not about seeking justice first and foremost, even when the truth is smiling at everyone in the courtroom. And that's what I found so curious about the only jury duty I've ever been called to. Behind the judge's desk read the words, "We who labor here seek only the truth," and they were large gold-plated letters. You had to be blind not to see them. And I couldn't help but think if those words were truly upheld in every single courtroom, people like OJ Simpson and many other criminals such as organized crime bosses, or even some of our most beloved career politicians like Ted Kennedy, would not have been able to get away with their crimes. I'm not foolish enough to think this video is going to reform our tragically flawed judicial system that allows some people to get away with murder if they can afford the best legal counsel, while others pay the ultimate price with their freedom for lesser crimes. But our judicial system can change for the better, and it has throughout the years. It's just amazing how long this process actually takes, especially within courtrooms that pride themselves in laboring to seek out only the truth, when in reality, criminal and especially civil trials are just a pissing contest between prosecutors and defense attorneys who are more concerned about winning their case than they are about what is true and just. That was another lesson I learned from jury duty. I never gave much thought to the idea of innocent until proven guilty. It's a concept many people take for granted. However, the judge kept stressing and even explaining innocent until proven guilty to us jurors. So did the defense lawyer as she questioned each of us one by one with very probing and personal questions to see who among us they could select to uphold that concept for the benefit of their client. And I understand wanting to make sure you have sane, sensible, upstanding citizens as jurors who will base their verdict on a rational review of the evidence and the proper application of the law, as opposed to allowing personal feelings and a sense of vindication and even vengeance cloud their judgment. But somehow, in the case of OJ Simpson's, emotions, not reason, overruled that case, thanks to the hand-selected jury the defense team managed to obtain. I also will never understand how any lawyer will defend the indefensible. There are more than enough attorneys who will make convincing arguments about the right to a fair trial even if you're Adolf Hitler. But it's specifically those pseudo-philosophical semantic shell games that allow criminals to be set free and commit brutal crimes again, as OJ Simpson has proven for anyone willing to see. But these are the unfortunate truths that I've learned from OJ Simpson and jury duty, to manage my expectations of justice and humanity itself. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please share it or hit the like button, or subscribe and click the bell to be notified of upcoming videos. And if you'd like to support this channel, please consider buying a t-shirt or some merchandise in the links below, or by monthly subscription via Patreon for as little as $1, or a simple one-time donation at paypal.me/homegrown.